Hey, Virgo. I have no idea why, because literally no other readings so far have been like yours already. Welcome to April, your April reading, even though we're in the middle of April. But the two main things that are different already is, hold on a second. I'm lighting, that I'm lighting sage instead of Palo Santo. And I'm only doing that because the Palo Santo I have is barely anything left, you see here. And I just don't feel like that's adequate for your reading today. Although I have to admit, I do prefer the smell of Palo Santo. But sage definitely sometimes gives me the feeling, at least, which is probably just mental, but gives me the feeling that we're cleansing more. It's like a more dense cloud of smoke that's able to really rid that negative energy. Not that there's negative energy in here, but just in case there's anything we need to cleanse for you, my dears, I am clearing this space completely because I love my Virgos. It's so funny because I've never met another Aries, at least. Maybe other signs are different, other fire signs, but I've never met another Aries, or heard of another Aries actually even, whose best friends in their entire life always have been earth signs. Virgos and Taurus for me. Actually, I've had one from my childhood that was another Aries, born 10 days before me. But other than that, all earth signs. And I guess it's because I always needed that grounding element, considering I'm fire as my sun sign and my communication style. Both are in Aries. My Mercury and Sun are both in Aries. But my chart is ruled by Mercury. And what was I going to say? And I'm all air. All air, pretty much. 70% at least. So yeah, I guess I've needed my earth sign people to literally pull the string back down to the ground when I was floating up in the air, or becoming a lightning rod, ready to burn a forest down somehow, because I wasn't thinking. I don't know where that's coming from. Just kind of going off. But anyway, okay. The second thing that's different is this music. For some reason for you guys, I don't know why, I was guided and led to play hang drum music in the background, and I'm loving it already. It's making me feel good. Maybe that's why. Maybe you guys needed a bit of a pick-me-up. A bit of a heart activating pick-me-up. See, for me, this reminds me of the heart. Anything with drums reminds me of a heartbeat. Even if it's, obviously it's not the same as a heartbeat. But that's just, it activates the beating heart. I'm also lighting Palo Santo too, because this I'm going to leave lit, and it'll burn out on its own. Anyway, I love you guys. Welcome to April. And I wanted to apologize for missing the last 3 months. There are many reasons why, and as I've been saying in the other videos, I will be posting a video separately at some point soon when I'm done with all 12 signs. I will be posting a separate video that will explain the details of why, if anybody wants to know. If you don't have to watch it. Okay? You can leave it. But if you do care to know, it'll be there for you. The first 2 months were just very, very hectic, very crazy. Lots of stuff with family. Lots of craziness with family, as well as health issues. Reverting back into, I guess, being a little less healthy than I was getting, because I was finally getting over a long battle with something, a chronic illness, I'll call it, or a dis-ease. I was finding my ease. I was finding my balance. Oh, too many. However, they all kind of go together. We'll see. If we get one of them when I shuffle again, it's meant for you. Excuse me. And then in March, the 3rd month, I definitely wanted to get going. Whoa. Aw. I definitely wanted to get going with all of the videos, but March was just impossible for me. I tried, but it was impossible for me. And I'm going to blame it on the Mercury retrograde, okay? And what's funny is that Mercury retrogrades, I don't ever see them, or I don't ever notice them to be that big of an issue for me. But this one, man, was unique for sure. And you guys probably felt it too, being that Mercury is also your ruling planet. So I apologize to those of you that are still subscribed to me and have been, and I also thank you from the bottom of my heart for remaining subscribed, even though I missed the last 3 months. That's part of the reason why this video will end up probably being pretty long. The other ones ended up being very long. I didn't intend for that necessarily, but they ended up being pretty damn long. And I'm going to say that that's probably because everything, the energy that came through was trying to kind of make up for the last 3 months that I missed as well. So I'm not mad about it. Yeah, so if you are subscribed, and if you're new, welcome. Hello, glad to have you. So if you are subscribed, though, then you already know how I begin these videos, which is I shuffle, which is what I was just doing. I was shuffling for your Archangel card for the month. This is the representation of the Archangel energy that is with you in this month of April, that'll be surrounding you, that you can call upon in times of need, as well as that has a strong message for you. And look at that. If you didn't notice, it flipped out pretty nicely, and I think it was a clear message right away for faith. Virgo, Archangel Raziel, and have faith. Take the leap of faith. This is the one card that I do read from the book for, okay, to give you guys more clarity. So let's see, Raziel. Okay. Faith wishes to be present at this time of your life, and Raziel similarly desires to help you. Make a sacred call to this archangel as you make your leap of faith when courage is needed to flee from all that is familiar. As you embark on your new adventure, The subtle vapors of the universal mysteries will support you. Ask yourself, what is it that needs releasing from my life? If you hang on to a thought, feeling, or situation that needs releasing, it will only worsen. Let go and let God in. Chant the sacred syllable Om, O-M, Om, to bring in the divine. Maybe that's why I put this music on, and maybe that's why I lit Sage and Palo Santo for you guys. So already, I feel we're off to a good start. And underlying that is Shamiel, Serenity. Look how beautiful these two go together as well. They're both the color purple, which represents the third eye wisdom. So what I'm going to say about this is that it's saying to have faith that your peace will be restored. That's what I'm gathering from this right away. So if you've been maybe things have been kind of crazy and hectic recently, maybe lots of things have been going on in your life that have felt like they were pulling you all over the place, and you haven't felt you had a chance to really be with yourself and ground yourself. Maybe. We shall find out, of course. Now, this is tea. I made myself some black tea, and it's late at night, but you know what? I don't care. I'm feeling this is the energy that needs to come through, and I have had sign after sign after sign to do your video specifically right now. And you are after Libra, if it has any significance to you. And if it does, I'm going to say right away to go watch their video. Wow, I just felt guided to do something even more special than what I've already done for you guys in your video. This is a book I've had out for all the readings. I haven't been guided to open it, but I've had it there almost off to the side, just in case I did feel guided. This is a book that my father gave to me when I was 13, and I know that because I wrote in it, and my dad wrote in it, to my daughter, with mutual love, your dad, 03. I just gave away my age, didn't I? Oh well. So what I feel I need to do, this book is called Questions from Your Cosmic Dance, which is pretty freaking awesome that my dad would give me that at 13, right? I thank him for basically the open-mindedness and the belief in miracles and spirituality that I have today. Not just him. I thank my mom too. But things like this, my mom also gave me things like this, but things like this are totally what has just given me the power of magic, or the belief in magic, I mean, not the power of magic. We all have the power of magic, by the way. But the belief more than anything, and that is faith. To have faith even if you can't see it. Okay, so what I feel guided to do is just flip to a random page and read it to you. That's weird. Okay, this was already like that, and I flipped to it. So we'll see if it has anything to do with you. If it doesn't, you can leave it. But if it does, then it's a very powerful message for you from your spirit guides and angels. if the number may have some significance to you as well. It's page 257. So the question from your cosmic dance is, do you know that comedy is painful? Although a humorous and lighthearted approach to life is healthy, we need to recognize the limits of humor as well as its very nature. Have you ever noticed how laughing and crying are a lot alike? Sometimes the two get mixed up and come out together. Sometimes we laugh until we cry. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether somebody is laughing or crying. The two are so close because they usually come from the same source. Jokes are insulting. Slapstick humor is physically painful. Bloopers are embarrassing. It's good to laugh loudly and often, but we also need to realize when laughing causes more pain than it relieves. Comedy is pain. That's very interesting. I don't know. Here it is. If you would like to see. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to see if that applies to some of the Virgos I know. Okay, so you just stretch a little bit. My back is feeling kind of stiff all of a sudden. Maybe it has to do with what I just read. I don't know, but it could also be something that's going on with you. Now, the way that I've done these readings in the past is I have begun by using several different oracle decks for different areas of life: mind, body, spirit, and love. I then clarify them using tarot, but this month I'm doing something a little different. I am using one deck, and it's a different deck. This is really weird that I just split the deck, and it's the laughing mask for comedy, in drama and comedy for acting. Anyway, that's weird. Maybe some of you are actors or involved in the acting theater profession. Don't know. Maybe the comedy profession. I guess we're going to find out. But you should trust your vibes. This is a new deck that I purchased for my birthday in March. My birthday was in March 31st. And I love it very much. So I'm going to use it. Instead of doing the areas of life for this month, we're doing the 4 weeks. Even though, yes, I know we are in the middle of April. It's still going to apply. And like I said, because these readings are long, at least it'll help you to know whether this is for sure for you or not. And you don't have to waste your time watching an hour-long reading that might not be yours. I think this music has my 2 cats feeling feisty because they're chasing each other. So Virgo, because if the first 2 weeks for you resonate by the cards I receive here, you'll know. Okay, I'm still going to use tarot to clarify, obviously. What? Wow, that's really strange. Crazy. What was I just saying about my back? Be flexible. What's so freaking weird about this as well, Virgo, is that Sagittarius had a very similar message for the first week of the month. And for them, my right shoulder started hurting. My right shoulder felt like it was out of the socket. And I read the metaphysical cause for that. And I'm going to do the same for you guys for a stiff back. Because I've been following, for these readings, I feel no matter what, it's important for me to follow what I'm guided to do. And so what I want to say as well is that if there's anything else that you're struggling with physically, that I encourage you to also look into this, research this. If you have any aches or pains in your body, because the saying that the body talks is absolutely the truth, of course. And if we listen, especially with how lucky we are to live in the present day, even though, yes, there are some horrors in the world, but we're also so lucky that these things, this information is, right at our fingertips if we need it. So it helps very much. And for some reason, I'm prompted to also mention the skin. So if you have skin issues, what it says here is that the metaphysical cause for skin problems is, one is social sensitivity. Touch is the most potent form of the interpersonal contact available to us. Any traumatic or conflict-generating events in life may trigger a sympathetic reaction to the skin at the location on the body which describes the area of stress. Whether eczema, rashes, boils, or more serious skin conditions, the holistic implication is that one's inner sensitivities are being challenged or outraged by events that require us to override our normal responses, behaviors, and feelings. So basically, the easier way to put that is a boundary problem. Skin, and I've mentioned this already, actually, skin specifically for 2 other signs, I believe. But skin is the boundary between us and the outside world, between our inner body, which we need to protect. It protects us and everything outside in the world. So let me see, back. This is just so fascinating to me, of course. And I often look it up. Even though I've listened to videos, I've researched many times, you still find new information, and you still find things that you may have forgotten. Wow, my cats are jumping off walls right now. Holy crap, did you hear that? Where the heck is the back, guys? Here we go. The spine. That's what it was, because I was twisting my back because of my spine. So here we go. The upright attitude or philosophy. How we hold ourselves upright as a person, our posture, means to the body-mind-spirit interface self-opinion, which is determined by our basic philosophy in life. Anytime we experience trauma to that philosophy or the self-esteem that it gives us, we may experience a sympathetic change in the spinal bones, leading to a wide array of pains, spasms, nerve flow abnormalities, and other problems. The holistic recommendation is philosophic review, looking for any possible outdated ideas about ourselves that the trauma points out, as well as any self-esteem problems that we may be having. Note, structural injuries are extremely difficult to correct without professional help. Chiropractic, spinology, yoga, massage, or physical therapy may be needed as you address the inner issues of opinion and self-esteem that influence your posture in life. I also, even though we're already 25 minutes in, I need to read this as well because it applies to the back. Sacrum, or the base of the spine, that which is sacred. At the very foundation of one's philosophy, another philosophy one, in life, foundation, interesting. 40, you could break down to 4, which represents our foundations, our structure. Anyway, foundation of one's philosophy in life is something that one holds sacred or life-giving. Whatever that happens to be for you, divinity by any given name, influences your relationship with the base of the spine. Anytime one experiences anything that challenges or upsets one's relationship with divinity, there may be a sympathetic response in the form of sacral pain, bone misalignment, or other injury. The holistic recommendation is a reconnection with divinity by whatever means possible, whether meditation training, spiritual development courses, or even religious rebirth, if that is one's opinion of divinity. The real issue is realignment with divinity. The details must fit your own ideas or experience of what divinity is. Right. It must fit your own personal truth. Because that'll also vibrate out to other people. How do you communicate with others? Are you communicating in truth? Looks like we've got another skin. This is like another weird symbology that reminds me of the barrier between us and our inner body, or our bones, our structure, which is our skin, our body, the other things, the other material. But how solid is the structure of you, the inner you? Or are there maybe fractures? A bone that was broken, metaphorically or literally, but metaphorically for this reference, in your youth, that never properly healed. And that you definitely have struggled to go back to. How deep are your roots? How deep are your roots? And do they allow you to be flexible, or are you a little rigid because of the fractured bones? Fractured bones, again, metaphor. Fractured bones that you may have grown with. You know, if you've got fractured bones, you can't exactly do something like this. And of course, again, it's metaphoric, but you can see why it translates. I also just got another impression. This is telling me be flexible as well, because you never know what angle of looking at something will show you the truth. Perhaps you're only looking this way, so you can't see the angel next to you. But if you were to be flexible, you would see your angel right there. That your angel is always there next to you, holding your hand, holding you through life, and that you're not alone. And if you feel a lack of structure or stability, and maybe you feel fear for that's unnecessary. You can have faith to take the leap for whatever it is for you. Take a breath, close your eyes, and feel the presence of your spirit guides and your ancestors and your angels literally with you, holding your hands. You will get tingles. You will feel your heart flutter. You will feel the beauty of the universe. So let's see what's happened in the second week. Wow, so far we've got pretty deep stuff. Oh, okay. Name your higher self. This is in the second week. So again, in the first week, it's mostly, you may have been dealing with some rigidity, and there was a need to be able to see other perspectives or see things in different lights, turn around so you could see. You may have done that, or you may have been guided to do that, needed to do that. Maybe you did gain more faith in the first week. Maybe, I feel for some of you, maybe being flexible, seeing a new perspective provided you with the realization that you do have a higher self, that you are guided, and that you are working with your higher self, which is you that exists above you and outside of you, outside of your shell of the body. And that is literally capable of magic. I feel this says name your higher self because it's more so about connecting to it on that level, on that interpersonal level. When you name something, you almost give it, you breathe life into it, right? So it's like, create that story, write your life story, open the door to that deeper wisdom. Get excited. Let your heart flutter. I want to say take off. Like in flight, take off. And find the authority in your life again. Your own authority. Nobody else has authority over you. That was the second week. So, and underlying that, look at that. Yeah, exactly. If you name your higher self, if you're connected to your higher self, you are presented always with a solution to whatever problem you have. So this is the third week. Let's see what we have for the third week, guys. Third week for Virgo. Third week of this month in April. Oh. Okay. Use the, wow, claim your boundaries. That's like right there in our face. We were just talking about that. But yeah. We were just talking about that, but I pulled, or I have too many cards here, way too many cards here. So we're going to have to do this again. I was way too messy there. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Third week for Virgo. Virgo, what the heck, a Virgo? Are you serious? Are you for real? Jesus, really? Wow, you and Sag. You and Sag. Okay, first of all, the second week too, I forgot. This is in the card. This image. What does this represent? The arrow. Sagittarius. The symbol for Sagittarius, the archer, the bow, and the arrow. The one who points and shoots at their goal. They aim for it and they go there. Like I was saying, take off. Now this here, stay in your own skin. Again, be your own authority, because both of these numbers, 35 and 26, both equal 8. 8 is the number in numerology of being your own power and authority, being the boss of your life. But this requires staying with yourself, staying in yourself through everything, not abandoning yourself by taking things to numb whatever pain out, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, taking medications or drugs, whatever. If it's to rid yourself of something, it won't help you, because essentially you're giving your power away, because you are bound by that thing, by that thought, by that feeling. When you can transcend it, all you have to do is sit in yourself, anchor yourself in, especially when you want to float away, and see clearly through your own eyes, through your own windows of your soul, so that you can have the light bulb moments again. And you can find the faith again, and you can feel that serenity that we talked about before. And again, only when you are in your own skin and you don't abandon are you able to really do your vibe check. Are you able to really see where your vibes are? Interesting that this is at the bottom of the deck again. First week and this third week. So either you are very much doing this and embodying this, or you've risen in the second week to that higher place and understood who you were, and then this is you backtracking the third week, and it's reminding you to go back to what you learned in the first week, and to continue doing that, because it sometimes takes practice. So the last week for Virgos of August. Okay. Which one do you think I should take? The furthest or the closest? Maybe both. I'm not feeling those. But this is crazy too. Was I not talking about skin things in the very beginning and back? Oh, man, you guys are really mirroring Sagittarius. So you may have some real strong Sagittarius placements. You may have very significant Sagittarius in your life, or Sagittarius people. Either way, perhaps that video has a very important message for you. It was a deep reading, very powerful, special reading. And it actually surpassed the time of the Aries reading, which was crazy because I was not intending to do that. Of course, Aries was supposed to get the longest reading, the most... Wow, this wanted to come out again. Okay, I can't control it. It just wanted to come out. There you go. So last week, vibe check, guys. Yeah, man, that's some crazy stuff. If you're struggling with your vibes as well, and struggling with how you're coming off to others in communication, including struggling with your own thinking, I would suggest probably, and I'm saying this because of the fact that I was guided to put this music on, I would suggest putting anything, whether it's this or anything, that makes you feel excited, that uplifts your spirit and kind of makes you feel like this. Like, woo, it's wonderful. Makes you feel that golden heart. Makes you feel like number one, makes you excited, like you may have felt as a child. Hold on. I'm finishing a video. I'll call you back. Interesting. That is so interesting too, because that is somebody I know who's a Sagittarius, and I was just telling you about the Sagittarius video being so crazy long, but he's also a Virgo rising. So interesting. Very interesting, isn't it? Okay. What was I saying? Okay, so if you're struggling with your thoughts, with the way that you feel you're coming off to people, lighten up your vibe a little bit by putting some uplifting music on, putting things around you, surrounding yourself with uplifting things, imagery, smells, all of those sensory things, because of course your vibration is what attracts the good or the bad. Again, because it's like a magnet. It is a magnet. And if we're thinking negatively, I just want to say, and especially if we're in a fearful place, fearful position, and we're very much living more in fear than in love and truth, and not having enough faith, and it may be justified, of course, but it's our duty, being ourselves, within our shells, it's our duty to stay in our own skin, even if we're afraid, and alchemize that, to change it in any way that we find we can. So we're all unique, right? What makes you happy may not make me happy. What makes me happy may not make you happy. And I don't just mean in a general sense. I mean in the way of actually feeling fully embodied, fully within yourself. Because think of the times you felt the happiest, where your heart was really beating and you were super happy. You couldn't wipe the smile off your face. You were fully in your body, right? Of course you were. You were in spirit. You were inspired. Think of those kinds of times and think of those kinds of things. What were you doing during that time? It's very important to learn ourselves, to learn what makes us activate. So we're going to clarify now with the tarot. However, I feel, guided. Actually, I feel guided to pull, particularly because you are Virgo, which you are the sign of health in the zodiac and routine, structure. I feel guided to pull you a healing card before we begin clarifying, just really quick, to kind of get even more clarity. Wow. Wow, boundaries, sincere relationships. Really, guys? Come on, it's crazy. To get more clarity for this, okay? Replenish. Oops. All of the decks I'm using will be listed in the description box below. Virgo. Now, obviously this can apply to your physical health, but more so I'm looking for something that brings these four things together in your story. Aiden? Hi. What are you doing, baby? Huh? No. My Kit Kat. I love you. Okay, Virgos. What's going on with Virgos? What message can we give for Virgos for these healing cards? Really? Holy. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy. That's insane. What was I saying about sincere relationships? Okay. Again, I was discussing with you boundaries, as well as how do you hold yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Has your confidence waned? Well, I'll tell you what, the more you abandon yourself physically, the less you will trust yourself. And it will end up being an unconscious pattern where you make decisions from that place of fear. Again, like I said. Wow. Underlying this, alternative. Seek the alternative. Seek a different perspective. Again, 40. Do these cards not go together? Be flexible and alternative. Yeah, 40, 44. So again, something in your foundations as well is a, you know what? Here it is. Duh. It's something from your foundations that is a belief system you've developed that's been programmed into you and you may not have been aware of until recently because you're doing this inner work, that's caused you to make decisions from a very fearful place and caused you to lack sincere relationships. It's really interesting too that this comes out when I just told you in the very beginning of this, I almost said in the very beginning of this relationship, the very beginning of this reading, that you are after Libra. You are after Libra. Sagittarius I did yesterday, actually. Libra, though, and Libra, of course, 7th house, that is the sign in the house of relationships, of balance as well. So let's clarify. Thinking I'm going to do one oracle. One tarot card per oracle, okay? Virgo. Whoa, what the hell? Wow. Okay, I'll take it. 3 of Cups. Typically, that's celebration. It could mean, though, for you, in the context of being flexible, of course, it could mean being flexible within your relationships or within your friendships, relationships of any kind, family, friends, whatever, because maybe to help see their side of things, which helps to have the sincere relationships. Yeah, because I'm also kind of feeling like, wow, perhaps, wow, I am like really itchy everywhere now all of a sudden. Oh God, she's skin. Okay, so what I was saying is, I feel that some of you maybe have been, at least in the first week, feeling creatively blocked. Perhaps. And that's why being flexible opened your mind and opened your eyes to bringing back that creative spark, bringing back that celebratory energy. You know, it totally makes sense because, like I said about this and the rigidity or the need to not be so stiff. That's also what this is. This is letting yourself take the time to relax, to heal from things that are too stressful, giving yourself a break. Also, maybe you, particularly in the first week, but it can apply otherwise, but in the first week, perhaps you were feeling like you needed to work at something alone. And that's what you were also feeling very rigid because of that. But this is saying that you maybe, this was saying that the benefit comes from working in the group. The creativity comes from a group environment here, from different perspectives. Because sometimes if you're in your own zone, in your own head too much, you don't really see clearly, honestly. Yeah, and I feel like the group, showing you these other perspectives has brought you truth. Brought you the truth, which is, again, why I feel like in the second week, we got the card for naming your higher self. You feel abundant in the second week because of this truth that you discovered. Okay, let's clarify the second week for Virgo. What? Really? Yeah. Truth. That's the truth. What else is funny about this? Maybe you have Scorpio in your chart, Scorpio in your life. But beyond that, it's embodying the higher archetype of Scorpio energy. Because 35 again is 8. The 8th house is Scorpio. And the Justice card is linked to Scorpio. Look at that. On the bottom of the deck is movement. This creates movement again in your life. Where there may have been stagnancy and rigidity, stiffness. There can be flow again. The Chariot. Movement forward. What did I say about aiming, shooting, taking off? You do that in the second week, apparently. Or you were called to. Whoa. I feel like this is definitely the card for you. The Star card. One of the most powerful healing cards in the deck. One of the most hopeful cards in the tarot deck. what was I saying too about your stability, your structure, your alignment? Well, horses, and particularly 4 horses, but horses always symbolize to me just that. Four-legged, stable creature, magical being that we can depend upon to take us from one point to another safely. We feel stable on the horse, okay? And there's 4 of them here, okay? That's, to me, telling me that you staying in your own skin through everything is what calls for this angelic healing to you, to bring you back that support. It makes you feel the support again when you're embodying yourself. Gives you hope as well as inspiration and creativity back. And even if you are anxious at first, trying to stay in your body, you'll find that you'll get used to, after a few moments of that really uncomfortable feeling, you breathe and you're calm, you're content. You begin to feel, this is also the card of serenity. That's right. And we had serenity at the bottom of the deck for this. You begin to feel that serenity taking over. You begin to feel your spirit inside your body. You begin to feel your own renewal happening. And you really gain confidence, and you gain a better vibration, because you understand that you were the one who took part in your own healing. Whatever kind of healing that may represent. Oh my God, wow, that was pretty aggressive. Ooh. Okay, vibe check. Man, your vibes. Have they been aggressive? Do they need to be more assertive or something? I don't know. The way that flew out was pretty intense. But so your vibe check, you got the Queen of Stones, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And in this deck, it's called the Artist. So I did say some of you may be involved in the arts or in acting or something like that, but some of you may actually also be artists, as in painters, writers, things like that. And yeah, doing all of this, healing yourself by choosing to commit to yourself, changes your vibration and brings you back, again, as we've seen here, and here, brings you back truth and inspiration and creativity. It sparks that beautiful Virgo mind of yours. This is also somebody who definitely takes the time to take care of themselves and their own bodies, nurturing themselves, taking the time to invest in yourself. And again, like I said, I don't remember if I said it in the beginning or what. I know I said it during this reading, though, to improve your vibes by putting on music, for example, that makes you feel good. Improving your home atmosphere, especially in the aesthetic sense. Put things around you that inspire you, colorful things, whatever inspires you. Photos that inspire you, flowers maybe that smell good, it gives you some type of feeling of home and comfort. Yeah, because that brings you, again, back into balance. If you're experiencing anything outside of the home front that causes you stress, well, nurturing yourself at home or whenever you are able to brings you back into that balance and alignment, because underlying that on the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card. Tempering. The Temperance energy represent at its highest form, represents the person with the ability to balance their spirit and ego, as in spirit and physical body. They have both under control, both are working together, your higher self. And therefore they are the authority of their lives as well. Okay. And their relationships are sincere. Everything is the truth when you are the Temperance card archetype at its highest form, at its aligned form. Okay, now we are already an hour in. Oh my goodness. Told you it was going to be long. Last but not least, I'm going to do one of my favorite parts. I'm going to shuffle for your animal totem oracle. This will be the animal that to look out for. And if you notice it, doesn't matter where, you could have already noticed it. But if you do notice it, TV and in real life, up in the clouds, wherever it is, remember what you were thinking about right before seeing the animal, hearing the animal. Whatever you were weighing in your mind and trying to decide upon, the message of this being, this creature, this energy, applies to that thought and will help you sort that out, will help you make the decision, whatever it may be, or will at least give you insight into that thought. Okay, Virgo. What is the animal totem for Virgo in April? Wow. Nah, I don't think that's it. Wow, I am so itchy. Oh my gosh, guys. Wow, that's a sign. You definitely need to stay in your own skin, even if you feel like jumping out of it. That's what I'm getting. Some of you may actually literally feel like jumping out of your skin sometimes. Don't do that. Stay rooted in it. Be stubborn about that. In that sense, at least. Spirit animal for Virgo in April. Wow, interesting. What are you telling me, Spirit? Okay, give me whatever card you want. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Oh my god, that is so freaking awesome. I mean, specifically just because the first card you had to clarify, be flexible, has a lion and a lamb, and then you have, this is your totem animal, guys. It's a lion. Your creativity, your heart. I'm going to put this here so you can screenshot if whoever wants to screenshot it. Let me just make sure that I actually don't have a glare when I'm showing you this. Okay, screenshot it in case you want to have it on hand for that moment that you do see this lion. Okay, so the lion, symbolism: courage, strength, healing, protection, life energy. The lion has been a powerful symbol of strength and courage in cultures around the globe. Because of its mane and light color, it has also been associated with the sun, a symbol of heroism and the source of life and energy. In Buddhism, the lion symbolizes courage, nobility, and good luck. In medieval times, the image of a lion was a symbol of healing, and it could cure any disease, as well as protect a traveler from harm. In the painting, the lion is framed in a circle with 4 points, which forms a mandala, a mystic circular symbol that in Buddhist and Hindu traditions was used as an aid to meditation. The psychologist Carl G. Jung said that the circular mandala, with its characteristic four points, circumscribed a holy place. It was a means toward greater self-awareness. Self-awareness. Wow, that's pretty intense and crazy. And beautiful, of course. Wow. That's awesome. I want to say, for some reason, to always remember you are enough. You are enough. Have faith that you are enough. That you can be you in your truest form. Always. And that you will be enough to those that are for you. Always. And, of course, when you are fully in your skin and yourself, you're going to attract the people and the places absolutely meant for you. As in, the people and the places that also perhaps enjoy the things that you enjoy, or, that have the same values specifically as you. And that is what's going to bring you ultimate happiness and healing as well, is being with people who share your values, who mirror you and your values and truth and the person that you are and want to be. Not those people who you think are corrupt and they don't, say nice things to others and whatever, and you laugh, you giggle and you laugh, but it's not really that funny. Maybe that's where that comedy thing was coming from. They may say things and they think they're funny, but they actually are hurting other people, and you're with this person as a friend or family member or lover, relationship, whatever, and you put up with that just to stay with them, just so they don't think, so they don't say something about you, but really it goes against your values, and every day that you do that, you're beating yourself down in a sense by going against yourself. Now, all right, so this was an incredibly beautiful reading. Very powerful.
You convinced my dad to ditch his expensive wireless plan for a commercial online for $100 a month. How about this brand new phone? Free. Always like free.
Anyway, so I hope that you guys received everything you needed from this reading. If you had any questions, I hope that they were answered in some way. And at the very least, I hope this helped guide you. I love you guys very much, and I hope whatever struggle, if there is one, you've been going through, that you seek the light and you seek the truth and have faith that things are going to improve. And that healing is on its way, because look at Look it, just look it. This is telling you to have faith because you're gonna heal. Alright? So, if you guys have any questions, of course, you can ask in the comments below. You can also, of course, let me know if this resonates for you. And you can email me the questions as well, or question at ariatruth@gmail.com. Or if you'd like a personal reading, of course, you can email me at ariatruth@gmail.com, which will also be in the description box, as well as all of the decks that I've used here. All right, guys. I'll be back at the end of the month for everybody, for all the signs, for little mini readings, which are just going to be little mini energy check-ins to see where the energy is and if it's the same or if it's changed and in what ways. But beyond that, I'll be back in the very beginning of May for your May readings. All right? I love you guys so much, and I'll see you then. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of April.